Several blogs have reported that the battery life of the iPhone 3G or the original iPhone with the new iPhone OS and features like exchange or push mail have severely put a damper on the ability for the phone to last all day without a recharge. And despite the fact that the iPhone 3G battery life is kind of bad, it is the best battery life of all the 3G phones or smartphones out there today. So, bad is relative. That being said, it doesn't take very long for this thing to drain. I'm surprised, just a few hours, and I look at it, I'm like, dang, man, I had the thing charged overnight. What the heck? You can't replace the battery, and so what are you going to do? Well, yeah, you could carry around some kind of charging cable and then hope you can find a place to charge it, or you can get some kind of external battery pack. And I've had this for a while, but never really got much use out of it. I travel, of course, and when I do, inevitably, I will need to charge something, whether I happen to be in transit or at a location that I can't quickly plug it into a wall. And that's where something like this would come into play. And this is a very high capacity external battery that charges any USB device. So that's why I happen to like this, is that I can plug it into any USB device so long as I have the proper cable and charge it, recharge it, including the iPhone or iPod, including a PSP, potentially a Nintendo DS, anything that charges by USB. And it is, yes, as big as the iPhone itself. I wouldn't say as heavy, but certainly if I need to recharge it at this point, it's going to do the trick. If I had several devices on me as I'm traveling, I want to travel with the least amount of clutter as possible. So that means retractable cables and minimizing the amount of hardware that I'm bringing along with me. Yes, I will hopefully be looking at external battery packs for the iPhone that were specifically designed for the iPhone or the iPod. But until then, I really do recommend a battery pack like this that's ubiquitous enough to charge by USB as well as charge any USB device plugged into it. Charges by mini USB, and then you can plug in a regular old USB cable. Actually, I think it'll charge through either cable, to tell you the truth. But it has both mini USB as well as a regular USB connection for you, and that's pretty much all it is. And then you press this little button; it'll glow red when it was charging, and then it'll glow blue when it's actually dispensing power to the device that happens to be plugged into it. Or you don't necessarily have to plug in a device. If you press that button, it's going to start spitting out that juice. That's exactly what it's going to do. So it may be enough to get you through the day. I ended up buying this, I believe, it was just at a retail store for right around $50. These things aren't cheap. But think about having to buy 3 different adapters for 3 different devices that would all charge by USB. So I'm not only just saving space, I'm potentially saving money as well. And the chances of me having other devices that charge by USB are greater than certainly getting a device that charges by some proprietary connection. Heck, even my proprietary USB cables are still USB, so I could use them here, including with my digital camera. So there you go. This particular battery was made by Lenmar, and more information can be found at lenmar.com. I don't know if they do direct sales or if you can pick it up at a local store, but it's served me fine. Didn't get much use out of it other than needing it now for the iPhone, and it helps me get through the day. It basically doubles my charge. The next step, of course, would be to try to find something smaller that was built specifically for the iPhone so that I could put this thing away. But until then, it's good enough. Anyway, if anybody else has any recommendations for extending battery life by, attachments, I don't want to hear about the software tweaks, because all the software tweaks involve making it suck. And I mean, not the battery life, but the actual OS, the device. That's the tips. To save battery life, don't get on the internet, turn off Wi-Fi, turn down screen brightness, don't do this, don't do that. Well, dude, why even have it? Seriously. Okay, so really, you have to get an external battery. Which one did you decide on? Because I know you did. And if you didn't, you are crazy. Either that or you don't have many friends, or you never check email. Which isn't very likely, because I know most of my audience, and we have no life. It's kind of sad, really. But if you happen to have no life, but you like making recommendations to other people, you like hanging out with other geeks, you're welcome to stop by the chat room. We're open pretty much all the time. In fact, we're open right now, and you never really know what we're going to be talking about. Could be software, could be hardware, could be could be just about anything, really. What are we talking about now? Oh, that's right. We were talking about external batteries. But you don't know what we're talking about right now because we're doing it live all the time at live.perillo.com. We'll see you later.